Hello and happy Wednesday to all. This is Carla Ford McLean of CLT Transformation Life Coaching. I hope everyone's doing well on this wonderful Wednesday hump day. Yay. Today, I want to talk about the number 3 tip in regards to your personal transformation. But first, I have a question for you, okay, before we get started. Why do you want to transform? Okay. And a lot of us get different reasons why we want to do what they call a personal transformation. Most of us in life is interested in a personal transformation is due to us not being currently where we want to be in life. And this can be in a particular area in your life or all aspects of your life. So real quick, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go over some things with you that might be the reason for your personal transformation. I don't know if you all can see this. I hope you all can see this. This right here is a picture of my granddaughter and my grandfur baby, Lullaby, Carmela and Lullaby. So in other words, is one of the reasons we might want to do a personal transformation is because we want energy to keep up with these two. So if you are like me, a mother, or even a mother, and you have little ones, you might want to have a personal transformation if you're actually trying to keep up with, how you say, these little ones, or if you have animals. If you don't have no energy, most likely you can't do that, or you don't care to do that. Okay, stop sharing. I'm going to share something else with you. Another reason why you actually might want to do a personal transformation. Here, this is a picture of my oldest grandbaby. And actually, in regards to my personal transformation, she helped her little last year. She went walking with me. Um, but once again, like I said, it could be keeping up with little ones. Better yet, you might actually have a grandson or granddaughter that actually help you in your personal transformation, like my grandbaby did, and go walking with me. Also, I was actually showing here a picture of my son's car, but you might want to have a personal transformation in regards to your finances. You might be actually looking to get into a new vehicle or finally buy a vehicle that you actually want. Or once again, and just over here in my daughter's neighborhood, you might be interested in buying yourself a home. Once again, in regards to personal transformation, in regards to your finances. Okay, we have different reasons, you guys, why we want to do a personal transformation. I'm going to share again with you. Okay, hope you can see this. This is actually a part of our 30 days to healthy living. But in other words, is once again, why do you want to transform? Why do you want to do a personal transformation? To create healthy habits, have more energy. We just talked about that. You like a challenge, feel more fit, manage your weight, a way to make better choices, just feel better overall. And I have one more for you that I want to go over with you if I can find it. Guys, oh, where did I do with it? Here it is. And this was in regards to, if you can see this, growth mindset. I don't know, you guys, if we can, hold on, try to make this larger. You might can't see it. Growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Growth mindset, you might want to have a personal transformation in your mindset, is freedom. It preserves in the face of, perseveres in the face of failures. In other words, is you learn to, when you have failures, to stop letting it overwhelm you or making you feel bad or being your worst critic. In other words, you persevere in the face of failures. You actually start embracing your failures, okay? Effort is required to build new skills. And you know, once again, in order to build new skills, you have to put in the effort. Finds inspiration in others' success, meaning even when you're not want to be in life, you can find inspiration in other people who in their success as well. Accepts criticism, and I'm talking about that positive and productive criticism that a lot of us, whether we want to admit to it or not, don't do that very well or can't accept and don't embrace that. But once again, accept criticism. I'm talking about that positive and that productive criticism. That's a growth mindset. Has a desire to learn. If you're anything like me, I was speaking with my supervisor earlier today. I was tickled pink about something I actually learned in regards to my job, and I actually wanted to share it with him. So I was just falling all the place in laughter, but have the desire to learn. That's a growth mindset. Um, Builds abilities. In other words, is the ability to actually, once again, just part of that desire, wanting to learn, having the ability to learn, having the ability to be willing to do the work, if you will, versus a fixed mindset is basically it's limiting. You avoid challenges, which you need to embrace challenges. You ignore feedback, where we're talking about accepting that positive and productive criticism, threatened by others' success. Like that's a fixed mindset. You have a growth mindset, you're not going to be concerned about others because you're going to be working on your own self. Desires to look smart. In other words, is when you're really not, how you say, doing anything that you actually need to be. You're not having that personal growth, if you will, but you have that desire to look smart, even if you're not putting any effort to do anything in regards to your personal growth. Gives up very easily. In other words, if someone brings something to you or someone challenges or say, okay, hey, in regards to your personal transformation, what do you want to do? In other words, if something doesn't work or if someone gives you, I say, guidance or a worksheet or something or a study sheet or something to go by to help you out, or just like you said, some worksheet, and you give up easily because you feel like it's actually too hard or something, or you once again just not putting in the effort. Fixed abilities, in other words, is what you only see that your ability is and what you can do. Once again, having that that excuse mentality, always have an excuse for something. Okay, that's the last thing I wanted to share with you in regards to. This could be several reasons, you guys, why. Like I said, everyone has different reasons why they want to do personal transformation. Okay, and that was my question for you today: is why do you want to transform? Feel free to put them in the comments. Okay, I'd love to, like I said, hear your feedback. Okay, I'd love to hear what you're actually working on or currently working on or would like to transform. Okay, so let's talk about three major areas in life that are definitely and currently affecting most of us in life. In previous years, people were dealing with famine, boredom, and not enough stuff to purchase or options to buy. That once upon a time was our reality. Okay, boredom, someone would probably say, once upon a time, or you might have heard yourself or children saying, I'm bored. Okay. Or you would, in other words, famine was definitely real. Not saying it still doesn't exist, but I'm talking about over here where we reside at. There's other countries that's really dealing with famine, not actually over here anymore. I'm not saying that, once again, don't take that personal, but I'm talking about in other countries and stuff where someone's seriously dealing with famine. Um, and then enough stuff to purchase or options to buy. Once upon a time, um, you didn't have a lot of options. Like right now, back in the day, you actually maybe had one or two stores, a couple stores to go to. And that's actually where you went. You definitely wasn't having anything delivered to you. You definitely didn't have the option to order online and then actually go pick it up. None of those options was there. Okay. Fast forward to society currently today, what we're dealing with. There is an overabundance in everything. Okay. Food, information, and actual stuff to buy. Okay. Now, why would someone see this as an issue? Or you might be sitting here saying, okay, Carla, none of those are an issue. Why would any of those things be an issue? They are an issue. And I'm going to give you that tip at the end of this. because let's go over why that's just, like I said, discuss a very important topic, is why they present an issue. Okay. Food, an abundance in unhealthy food. That's what we're talking about. Processed, engineered food. The result, causing obesity nationwide. I'm going to repeat that. The result, causing obesity nationwide. Okay. Also, what is the result of that? A shorter lifespan. You see people living shorter lifespan, quality of life being affected. Information, an abundance in information. Once upon a time, even when I was coming up, when I was a little girl, um, you maybe had 3 channels if you had that many. And definitely when I was little, there wasn't no cable. There wasn't any of that. But we even fast forwarded to past cable now, because yes, cable's still out there. But we're talking about Netflix. We're talking about Prime. We're talking about Hulu. We're talking about YouTube. Once again, overabundance in information. In other words, you're probably not hearing most of the time children or anything saying they're bored now. Why? Because I guarantee most of the time they're on YouTube or they're doing something as far as devices, as far as cellular devices. They're on their phone or something, on social media. So you're probably not really hearing a child saying they're bored nowadays, okay? But the result of that is less time being spent with family, less time being productive, less time spent with yourself. I'm going to read those again. Why is this an issue? Less time being spent with family. If you actually watched my video, this is day 3, probably on Monday, that I was discussing one time where I came to visit some loved ones. And I remember just sitting and I was looking around the room, not only the young adults, but the adults, the younger children. And I laughed. Everyone had the device, their cellular phone. Wasn't anyone talking. And I was kind of like, hello, I'm here. I came to visit. Haven't seen you all. I want to speak. I want to talk to you all. I want to visit with you all. Okay. Less time being spent with family. At the dinner table, that was time being spent with family. Most of the days nowadays, you probably don't even have people having dinner or sitting down together. And if they are, they got their devices, and kids, you need to probably tell them, put it down or not even bring it to the dinner table, to those who are actually still having dinner together. Less time being spent being productive. There's nothing wrong with movies, you guys. Please don't take it wrong. I love my movies. I still do. But once again, if you are so consumed with watching movies, with watching Netflix, watching Hulu, being on YouTube, you're not being productive. You're not transforming into that person that you need to be. You're not being the best version of yourself, living the life that you want to live. In other words, remember that old saying, people saying they are a couch potato? I can't even think of the word they would probably use now. If someone's actually stuck in front of the TV now, because it's a whole lot worse than it was back in the day when somebody was a couch potato. So I don't know what they would call it nowadays. Less time being spent with yourself. Once again, if you're doing that, and yes, some people's, how you said, downtime might be, like I said, sometimes, don't get me wrong, I love movies, but that's maybe spending time with myself. But that's not the only way that I spend time with myself, you guys. And I'm talking about that self-care and that self-love. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Let's think about this once again. Less time being spent with family, less time being productive, less time being spent with yourself. Another example, children are less active. I remember when I was coming out, I couldn't wait to go outside. Came home, mama made sure you get your chores done, and you went outside. I would, as soon as I came to do my homework, I couldn't wait to get my chores done and do homework and get outside. You don't see that anymore. That hearing kids laughter and play. You don't, once again, why? Because they're on YouTube or they on the Hulu or something, that they're watching TV or something. In other words, they're not being active, they're not outside. And once again, that's causing even obesity within our younger generation as well, which is children, which is an issue. Relationships, personal relationships are being nurtured for growth. I mean, once a time you actually met someone and you actually spent time getting to know that person to nurture that relationship. Well, once again, you have that information, dating online. And don't take this wrong. People dating online, I'm not saying anything against that, but once again, are you taking the time, not just what something online is giving you? Who says that what someone put online is actually true or telling you the truth about them? So how are you nurturing a relationship just by talking to someone who, first of all, who even isn't actually them? Putting on fake pictures. It's not them. And once again, the information they tell you, if it's not true, or if they talking to you online or chatting with you, that's still not nurturing a relationship, you guys. Okay? Just how you say, trying to be real, if you will, 100%. Okay? In regards to personal transformation. Okay. Actual stuff and abundance and stuff. Buying stuff you don't need or you use. Once upon a time, like I said, yes, you always head where you see McDonald's or any restaurant always had the ads up. But once again, what is it now? You seeing those ads, but it's even not just restaurants. It's Amazon. I can't even think of all the stuff that's out there. And don't get me wrong, because I love Amazon. But once again, when I say, am I spending a whole lot more money, spending a lot more time online? And some of us are actually addicted to it. I mean, constantly where you're online, especially women, not saying men don't do it. But once again, are we buying stuff that you're actually going to use? Are you spending your money on stuff that you're never going to use? Example, my son made me aware of this. He was talking about it. He said, Mom, one day I just said down subscription, something that you subscribe to. Well, if you subscribe to something, what you're not using, you're not even thinking about it, but you're still getting charged for it. Just jot it down. I did it one day. And with some of the things, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not using this. I need to get rid of it. And once again, living in the life that we're living, being consumed with a lot of information, YouTube, doing something, like I said, Netflix, I'm doing something that we're not even thinking about, and you subscribe to something and you move on. Well, down, you're throwing away money. But something I would say definitely check into. Subscriptions, clothing. Okay. A lot of us, like even myself, not everybody, a lot of us actually work from home. Okay. Well, and I've heard some people say, I'll just, like I say, work in my pajamas. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about, I'm saying, well, no, I don't even spend money on clothes anymore. But I'm talking about spending money, once again, just getting out there just to order, because, it's out there. So much stuff is out there, and just buying. If it's not something, once again, that you're actually going to wear, or is it just hanging up in the closet? Tags on it. So many clothes, and you're not even going anywhere. Where are you going to wear it? In other words, is if you're going somewhere, in other words, if you actually go out, if you will, or if you're actually going to wear something, you guys, that's different. I say like workout clothes. That's like going on there and saying, oh, well, they had a sale and I loved it and I bought all these workout clothes, but you're actually not working out. Does that make sense? You're throwing away money. Okay. Devices. I can't, you guys, and I know that if you're not aware of this, you should be. Devices. I'm talking about like cellular phones, laptops, tablets. And the reason why I'm naming certain things, you guys, I actually have sitting over there. I love my personal computer. I've had that. I was talking to my fiance about it the other day. Probably 10 plus years. Love it. Love it. Don't know if it's time for another one. I love it, but I've had it for 10 years. And please believe me, I have gotten my money's worth, and still not even, like I said, interested in getting rid of it, because it works fine to me. It's just slow now. If I can do something about that, I'm going to. But once again, cellular devices. Some people say, well, the new phone come out, I want it. And those devices are pretty expensive, you guys. So do you really need a new phone? Or you just want, because it's coming out, it's new? Let's think about that. And those phones are expensive, okay? Tablets, anything, laptop, anything, like I said, that you're buying, you guys, if you're not putting it to use and not getting your money's worth, why even invest? You're throwing away money, okay? And once again, if you're throwing away money when you're actually buying from that, whether it's the store or whoever created that, in other words, is you're creating a great life for them. What are you doing for yourself? Okay, let's think about it. So after all this that I'm talking about, the tip for today is resolving all those issues I just went over immediately. The tip is creating awareness for yourself. Once again, the tip is creating awareness for yourself. Otherwise, guys, if you don't do it, you will continue having these issues and you will not go through that personal transformation. Believe me, personal transformation is going to be positive, not only for you as a person, first and foremost for you, but it also affects everyone that you come in encounter with. It will. Okay. So that's my tip for today. I think I might have been on here a little longer than I wanted to be. But you guys, I hope you're having a good one. Please think about what I said today. And that's something, a tip that you can implement immediately. Create that awareness for yourself, you guys. Talk to you all soon. We'll see you again tomorrow. Number 4 tip. Bye for now.